All right, it's February, and my hunting season for deer and elk is finally over. Um, I did take it all the way up to February, hunting whitetails in the late season. So it was a long season for me. Um, it's my season started in September. I spent 8 days in Montana hunting elk and did not get an elk. Then at the end of November, early December, I went to Arizona for a late rifle elk hunt and spent 8 days there and did not get an elk. And then between the fall and the winter and late season, I've been hunting whitetail, and I think I had 15 or 16 sits, and I did not get a deer. So the first thing that I've already been doing, but the first thing that I'm gonna do, starting now, is just reflecting on the season. On paper, you might look at it and say, this season was a failure, but I really don't view it that way. I mean, to be honest, to spend that much time in the mountains, in the woods, just being outdoors, I'm incredibly grateful just to be able to have that opportunity, to have that flexibility to do that. Most people can't do that. So anytime that I'm outdoors doing what I love, that's a success for me. Um, but moving into the details of why I didn't tag out on an elk or a deer, really trying to process all of the mistakes that I made. There's a lot you can't control in elk hunting. You can't control where the animals are going to be. You can't really control hunting pressure. You can't control weather. So there's just a ton of variables. Did I make mistakes? Absolutely. There's a lot of things I probably could have done differently that may have led to a different outcome, or maybe not. Um, but just bring it all in and kind of process it and take all that information and put it into next year's strategy. So reflection is number one for me. Number two, here it's February, so we're kind of in the middle of application season for hunting Western big game. So I've already applied to 2 states for elk hunting. I have 2 more states that I want to apply for in the next coming months. So just doing a ton of research, using resources like Go Hunt and OnX to do research to find out where I can get tags, where I would like to hunt, what kind of terrain I'd like, what kind of species, what kind of trophy potential, what kind of opportunities, what kind of public land, all that kind of stuff. Just diving into that. Some great resources for that are Go Hunt Filtering, Go Hunt Draw Odds. To me, that's the first place I go to research where I'm trying to get a tag for the next season. There's obviously other resources that I use, like states fish and game sites. I look at the data, look at the harvest reports. I'm doing all that right now. Just kind of really narrow it down to where I want to hunt, where I can potentially hunt, where I have enough points to get a tag, um, and just deep in that mode right now. So research, that's the other one. Reflection. We got research, and the other thing is training. We got to stay sharp with our weapons. I'm shooting my bow. I'm shooting my rifle. I just got into a new range that has the capability to shoot out to 600 yards. That's hard to find back east here in Pennsylvania. It's tough to find any rifle range where you can shoot past 100 or 200 yards. So I'm happy I got into this club. I've been applying for a few years. So I'm going to be dialing in my rifle, getting my bow ready, and then fitness. We got to work on our bodies, especially if we're going to be in the mountains, hiking big mountains, elevation change, all that kind of stuff. So right now I'm just doing heavy lifting, like heavy power lifts. In the winter, I tend to do that, and then as we get into the summer, I do more cardio and high intensity stuff. Um, Last season, I did Mountain Tough, which is a program that gets you ready for hunting, in the mountains. So lots of cardio, lots of high intensity. I thought it was awesome. It's nice to have a program you can follow, something that's, it varies and it changes as the weeks go on, and you get to kind of track your progress. Mountain Tough is awesome. I would highly recommend people checking that out. And I don't have any affiliation with any of these programs. That's just what I use, and I find them to be the best stuff out there. So we got reflection, we got research, and we got training, right? So that's where I'm at 2025. I love this phase now. I love every phase of this hunting game. I like the research. I like the learning, the education about the animals. I like figuring out where in the country I can hunt. I love the fitness side of it. I like the cooking side of it. I like the shooting side of it. I like the gear. I'm a gearhead. I like it all. So I'm pumped right now. I can't wait to find out what tags I get. Maybe I don't draw a tag. Maybe I have to look at some over-the-counter opportunities, or maybe I don't. Maybe I just focus on whitetail this season. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But we have a ton of content coming down the pipe or pike. I don't know what is it. Is it pipe or coming down the pipe or coming down the pike? But we have a ton of stuff about gear, about shooting, about hunting. If you're into this stuff, subscribe and like. There's going to be plenty more stuff coming down the pipe. We'll see you guys later.